Alright, welcome everybody. This is going to be a continuation of our Civ 4 Religious Celts game. This is, I believe, part 3, and we're going to pick things up from last week. I have not looked at this game since last week, so it'll probably take me a minute to familiarize myself with what we're seeing in game. I believe that the big thing we did at the end of the last session was we went ahead and finished with the Spiral Minaret, which is really nice because we're running the monk economy here. We have a shrine that's been with a religion that's been very widely spread. I've done a good job of using that to make friends diplomatically. Almost everyone on this continent is running our religion right now. We were able to get most of this island, except Freddy snuck this city in here at the last second, so we weren't able to get that. But still, expansion proceeding nicely. Got out to 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 cities. I absolutely can afford more and would plant more, but there's currently no place to put another city outside of like super marginal spots that have no food whatsoever. Like a spot up here that is, like I said, super marginal in terms of its value. So that's coming along nicely. Research is now break even at 80%, which is pretty crazy. But that's the difference that the Spiral Minaret is providing. Shrine has 36 cities following it. Oh, we built the Apostolic Palace, so we're running temple plus monastery, and now we want to backfill some text that we've been missing. The next current goal is to go civil service paper. Paper will unlock Sancor, so that we'll be able to build that. No one has paper tech yet out of the AIs, so we should be pretty safe to build this. At least out of the AIs we can see, research for. No one seems to have it yet. Like, we can backfill a whole bunch of these texts are super cheap. Like, construction is a 1-turn research, alphabet's 1 turn, aesthetics is 1 turn, horseback riding is 1 turn. So we're probably going to just backfill a bunch of these texts that we've been missing. And the other thing that we'll probably do is we would like to try to find some of the other AIs. I will probably try to grab music in the near future so I can build cathedrals, because that is another building. Also, a cathedral would be super nice here in Ve Victus, as we try to make sure that the city does not culture flip. I think that if we can get a cathedral in here, that'll be sufficient to stop it from flipping, because that would get it up to 20-something culture per turn, and that's a pretty good figure. Like, we have a lot of cultural stuff in here, just the double wonders in the other city are making it tough. So, yeah, that's kind of where we stand. Maybe someday we'll be able to reclaim some of these tiles, although I doubt it. But maybe if we can get this over 5,000 culture, we'll see. Yeah, and I could also build Hermitage in this city too, which I probably would do. All right, on we go. Virgin Silver Haggis. I am going to continue running the double scientists here in this city over the other options. I mean, it's basically capped out on food right now. This is a city where we might want to just build wealth, but as long as there's missionary slots available, I think we'll do that. Wait, he already built the shrine for Confucianism? Wow. Okay, well, he picked that up very, very quickly. Huh. That means it's more likely his religion will spread. This was just someone exploring. I can probably just bring this unit home or delete it. I don't think there's much for this unit to do. Over here, I was in the process of finally adding windmills. That was the other big tech. We just picked up machinery for windmills, which I very badly need on this map due to how low food a lot of these cities are. All right, so let's see. You're in the process of continuing to spread the word of Christianity out there. Ephesus, I think, was my next. Although I think there's a missionary in Ephesus right now. There we go. Did you see that I gained 2 gold from that? From +5 to +3? So 37. Let's see how high we can get excuse me. Let's see how high this is, but we can get this before the end of the game. Yeah, build Versailles. Sure, I'll get right on that. Let's build Versailles in the city. Oh wait, it'll take 80 turns? Yeah. Would be nice, but it'll take too long. Do have Forbidden Palace finishing in a few turns. Anyway, though, so this is the Christianity map. We can see which cities have Christianity and which ones don't. At this point, I should probably try to get more missionaries into Portugal. So I think I'll just queue up a go-to order. Or I could just convert this city because it's right here. We'll just convert this city because it's right here. Yeah, and then we said if we stop here, we can unload in that city. So there's an offshore island right here. By the way, there's also a German city we haven't spotted that's right here. That's where there's two German cities we don't have visibility on. One's out here, and one is here. I also might try to prioritize optics because I wouldn't mind exploring and finding if there's any land overseas that we can still grab, because that would certainly be useful. This city's just slowly growing. I could whip the temple, but the city is so low in terms of population growth. I don't think that's worth it. I think it's better just to slow build this, let that continue accumulating. Anyway, you guys can mine this tile. You guys are just waiting to hop on board this ship that's going to be over here in like 2 turns. So why don't you just build a road for the time being? All right. So we will be able to pop into bureaucracy in a couple turns, and that'll help us build the next wonder faster, if nothing else. Let me just do a quick cycle through my cities, because it's the start of a new. All right, don't want to whip here. Wish that city could afford more food. This city doesn't have enough food to whip stuff either, sadly. Coppola's Vine is a pretty awesome city. Looks like I'm going to need to improve this tile. Probably with a windmill, of all things. Yeah, because then I could pull off this tile and work that tile. So that could use a little bit more work. This city's fine. No need to whip anything here. We'll just get out the infrastructure we can. I probably need to unlock another building. So I think that, yeah, so I'm on Silver Haggis right now. So probably as soon as we grab paper, we want to go Compass Optics. Compass will let us build harbors in some of these cities. Like, that's not a great improvement, but it is at least something. And then Optics will let us get some caravels out there. We'll be able to see if there's any more land out there to be claimed. And if not, then we do have to think at some point about trying to acquire more land, because I am concerned by Portugal having so many cities and just much higher quality land than me. So he has 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. He has 17 cities. Like, that's a lot of cities. And his land is just vastly superior in quality too. He doesn't have tundra ice ball cities. He's got ones that are very high in quality. So we really do need to acquire more territory somehow. I don't really want to fight someone, but if Freddy decides that he's going to pop out of Christianity, well, maybe we have to show him the error of his ways at some point. Piggyback looks like it's ready to whip its... You know, I was going to say it's ready to whip its forge, but what would I build after the forge is done? I'm not sure. I don't know what the next build would be, so I think I'll let this run for a little bit longer just because there's nothing else. I don't want to do a 1-pop whip here. Let's let the forge finish and 2-pop whip something, probably a courthouse. That's fine. This city's just growing. That looks good. Forbidden Palace will be done in a couple turns. Very nice. Probably just grow on to water tiles here. I will drop some of these grassland hills once the Forbidden Palace finishes. That looks good. Actually, let's just finish the temple immediately at Dune Potato. And I think this looks good too. That's the best tile I can work at the moment. Definitely can benefit from that courthouse. Okay. So our wall replacement, I believe it grants an extra promotion to... That gives a guerrilla promotion, I believe. I haven't used this recently. Free Guerrilla 1 promotion for units built in this city. Yeah, that's the advantage. Obsoletes with rifling those. Alright, now that we've got the temple done, you're just going to grow and whip. So we will let this grow and then whip this forge for production. Or actually, no, we want to get them... I think we actually do want the monastery, because again, I'm trying to put pressure on this nearby city to flip. So let's do the... No, we should do the forge first, just because it powers up all our future whips. Well, I don't have to decide right this minute. I can always swap to the monastery. Maybe I put the production in the forge first, and then when I'm ready to whip, put it on monastery, 2-pop whip the monastery, and then overflow back into the forge again. That feels decent. Orders of Lapland have expanded. Oh, there's a... Okay, so the good news is Sistine was not built by Augustus. I am very glad that that was not built. I would have loved to have gotten Sistine, but just it was not the part of the tech tree that I was emphasizing. And it also requires more. Has marble as the doubling resource. All right, well, whatever. I'm not too concerned about this. If it looks like it's going to get close to Silver Haggis, then I can always swap to a Trireme and build it. But I'm not too concerned for right now. Also, let's finish civil... Oh, wait. We can finish civil service. I can always assign... Let's just finish it this turn. Who's not building something important right now? Some of the cities are not doing anything too crucial. Piggyback can put you on wealth for a turn. There we go. Swap off wealth afterwards. Just wanted to finish that so I can get into bureaucracy a turn sooner. Although bureaucracy is not going to help that much in terms of research because I have no cottages at the capital. I'm glad that this city has hit 100 culture so they can hold its borders. Just because it's pushing against 2 Roman cities. Should be able to get this tile back soon. Should be in my favor now because it's 3rd ring for Neapolis, but it's 2nd ring for that city. All right, you guys are not really doing anything that crucial up here. Can I even build windmills on these? Okay, I can. But what is the tile yield if I windmill this? It's 1 food, 1 commerce. That's a pretty bad tile. I think I'd rather run specialists. So why don't you guys come down here and find more useful stuff for you to do? At least we finally got this windmill done. All right, time to continue windmilling over here on these tiles. This poor city. Let that forge finish, and then... Can you even get the forge done this... No, I don't think there is. I can't assign an engineer. No, can't get the forge done this turn, even if I try to micro it. All right, anyway, yeah, so these workers are just going to be windmilling up here, and I'm going to bring over 2 more workers to help out. Is that really it for this turn? Didn't have many units to move. I don't think I had any whips queued up. Just want to make sure this is working a water tile. Hidden Palace is about to finish. Good. And we've got another missionary on the way. Nice. All right.
The bureaucracy is expanding to meet the needs of the expanding bureaucracy.
Right. Compass is next. Yeah, why don't you just continue on the missionaries for right now? I don't really see anything else for you to do, at least until Compass finishes. Gotta run a 0% science turn here, which is not the worst thing in the world. Alright, so you can go back to building your forge, and ditto for over here. I'll go ahead and hit that right now. Alright, bureaucracy. I could go cast, but I'm not sure that that is helpful at this stage. It wouldn't be bad in Dune Potato. I could, but no, I need slavery right now. I definitely have cities that still need slavery civic for the time being. I would love to go cast for some of the, well, actually, you know, some of these cities like Valley of Kells, instead of working this, I guess I could work the scientist anyway here, instead of that crummy tile. Just wondering if it's worthwhile to go into cast here for a turn. Alright, so you will be able to... Wait. Oh wait, no, I need to go to paper next, excuse me. Paper's the next tech. So I'm just thinking where these workers can come down. I think they can improve a little bit of the tiles here. Like I did want to farm this until I can put a plantation on it. I think that's the immediate task they can do. Get these guys back to land where they'll be more useful. Alright, so you two road this, and then that'll allow this worker to come over here. Gotta chop down the jungle first. Alright. So yeah, these are pretty quiet turns here right now. Not a lot going on. Missionary. Alright, this city doesn't have religion yet. Since it's so close, let's just convert that. Technically, it helps them put pressure on Lapland, but as I said, it's very close and it's an easy conversion. Alex is pretty firmly locked into our religion right now. Coppola's Vine is about to be able to get some more missionaries, and it can spread to these cities over here. Yeah, Forbidden Palace is almost done. And this city with the... No, this city doesn't have much food right now, so it's better... I'm better not whipping and just using its production at the moment. Should probably have done the forge before the courthouse, but whatever. So Animal Farm has no shortage of production right now. I might pull off some of these production tiles, and I might run a priest specialist or two, because I would like to get another profit for eventually building the Jewish shrine. Maybe not, though. Plan would still hopefully to be a peaceful one. I could build Hagia Sophia. It's not going to be that helpful, though. Let's crank out the barracks first. So that it can be built in one turn. Alright, there's the Islamic shrine. Or not shrine, jeez. Islamic shrine. Yeah, well, we want to hit the top. We need to hit the top of the tree at some point, but it's a lower priority for right now. Yeah, you get some of these missionaries out. Use them to convert the immediate area. Forge done. Courthouse next, I guess. I have to build a trireme at some point just to clear that out. Clear out that annoying barb unit running around. Alright, let's see how quickly we can get to paper. Pretty quickly. Yeah, 2 turns. Research is now coming along nicely. I mean, if you look at GNP, I'm actually leading by quite a bit. Although that does include culture. This, though, is the problem. Look, I'm second in food at 205. Portugal's number 1 at 347. That's pretty crazy. Portugal is just a monster in this game. And I don't have a lot I can do about it, unfortunately. At least not right away. Should have farmed this tile a long time ago. Alright, so... unload these workers. These workers can stick around for at least a few more turns. Alright, and chop that. There we go. That's probably a little bit better. Yeah, I want to pull off this tile too, but I need more windmills. I just can't get the windmills down fast enough right now. I believe there are no wars going on at the moment, yeah. World's pretty peaceful. Alex and Tokugawa fought a war that did not end up having any effect long term. Now, I'm trying to remember, can missionaries enter enemy territory if you don't have open borders? I don't think they can, but I want to double check on that. I believe that they can't. Yeah, I don't think so. I know, because, like, caravels can enter... Like, you can... Well, yeah, caravels can go into rival territory without open borders, but I don't think missionaries can. Try to convert Alex by, like, converting his coastal cities with missionaries. I'd have to send spies if I wanted to get more view of his territory. Alright, so... Could look to build the aqueduct here, but how much does that do, really? Not a whole lot. Just put the city on wealth until... Well, let's put the city on wealth for this turn. And then we'll just start up on Sancor next turn. Alright, this city we might as well build some units. I would build catapults, but I don't, you know... I would build catapults, but there's not much point. So I guess I'll build some maces. I don't have archery. I don't have construction, so I can't build cats. Just to have some units. Oh, I can't build a missionary. Well, I will come back to this city and put on a missionary in a second. This city needs barracks for right now. Hey, there's the Forbidden Palace. Nice. Alright, next up, let's get you a forge. And I will almost certainly whip this forge, because the city grows very quickly. So, this guy can spread. That's a guaranteed spread, because there's no religion in there, and then that means Coppola's fine, can build another missionary. At this point, the time to move missionaries to the cities, to their destination cities, is like the biggest thing that slows down the spread. So this person I will probably try to get into Portuguese territory, even though it's a long walk. Like if we could get this city and these two cities to flip, it would be pretty confident that Portugal would stay with our religion, at least until they go free religion. Okay. Trying to think it might be better to put the galley here on this tile. And then like if you load here, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then unload here. Alright, I've got more, don't worry, I've got more workers coming. Windmills to the rescue. They'll be working at Wild Rice to build more. Anyway, and this person I'm gonna send to one of Freddy's cities. Probably Essen, because it's the closest. This scout I don't have much of a need for. Save for when I get a caravel. I can stick this on the caravel. Alright. Yeah, this city's just growing right now. I'll whip the forge here next turn. Or no. Whip the monastery here next turn. Want to keep putting pressure on this city. Again, I don't think I'll be able to flip this city anytime soon, but we'll see what we can do. Put more pressure on it. Maybe we'll get lucky someday. Anyway, by the way, are there any cultural buildings in this city yet? Nope, just the religion. Although having my religion in the city does make it easier for the city to flip to me long term, so that's not all bad. I wanted to get this tile roaded, because it's a place where units can disembark. We could always, I guess, look to go space long term. I'm just not sure that I have great odds to outrace Portugal to space, because Portugal's so much larger than me right now. If I had Germany's territory, I would feel a lot better in that regard. Alright, so I picked up paper on the compass optics to see what's out there in the rest of the world. We'll whip out a bunch of caravels as soon as we finish that. Alright, so capital drops its wealth build, goes to Sancor, which is only an 8-turn research. That's pretty, or only 8 turns of production. That's pretty nice. I am gonna, I don't think it's worthwhile to do that. Drive it into starvation just to shave 1 turn off. Also, this tile needs to be improved in some way. I'm probably going to windmill some of these tiles so that I can get more food in this city. So Freddy just hold off a civic swap. He was not in a golden age. That did cost him some anarchy turns. Alright, these are the tiles I want to windmill because they're all riverside and they'll get the extra point of commerce. Just have to get over there and then chop them down. Chop down the jungle. One nice thing about having a capital with all this production is it does mean that I can knock out these wonders super fast. I'm thinking if there's any other, I should probably be thinking if there's another wonder I want to target. Like Notre Dame I could almost certainly get because I've got the stone. +2 happiness in all cities on this continent. You never know. Doesn't feel super impactful right now. And Angkor Wat would be nice too because I've got all these potential priest specialists. Maybe I should try to emphasize that. Do want to get optics for caravels, but we'll see about where we can go after that. And guilds is a pretty cheap pickup too, which will let me build grocers. So there's a lot of stuff I want. The good news is research is coming along very strongly at this point. All right, let's get this. Let's windmill this tile next. Here, I think the food with low food and high production, I think it's better just to build stuff here than it is to try whipping it, which is unusual, but in a situation like this, I think it's pretty good. All right, Coppola's Vine will certainly build missionaries for me, so or caravels for me. Excuse me. Guess we're about to either convert at Essen or fail at Essen next turn. Mausoleum has definitely been built. Good question though. That tends to fall fairly early. And unfortunately Portugal has it. Yeah. Lisbon has a great library, hanging gardens, and mausoleum. You know, Berlin also having the Great Lighthouse. It's like, game, please stop trying to tempt me to kill Germany. It's like, you know, Berlin also has the Great Lighthouse too. It's like, please, please. Alright, this city's going to build another missionary, but we'll put it on wealth in the meantime. Also, I really feel like I should just kill that stupid... I feel like I should just kill that stupid unit, that barbarian galley that's like wanking around up there, because I keep getting the pop-up of there's barbarian units every single turn. Anyway, so this city, you might be like, wait a minute, how does the city have any production at all? Well, +2 from the temple, +2 from the monastery, +25% from having Christianity as state religion. So even though this city is really garbage, I am getting some decent stuff out of this. All right, I will vote for myself. I'm up against Alex. I think that I will win this election. Let's see how other people feel about Alex. So let's see. Toku hates him. So if Toku has any votes, I will definitely get them. Augustus has +7 for me against +6 for Alex. I should win that. Apparently Portugal loves me, so I'm going to win Portugal's votes. And Freddie, who knows, could go either way. Can we name one of them Enterprise? Because I actually didn't win that last one. And Augustus now has a great profit. Anyway, so I hit 100 culture here. Let's see if this missionary roll succeeds. Oh, it failed. Okay, well, at least it wasn't a particularly important missionary dice roll. We'll just build another one to replace that fellow then. Oh, and you know what? I have map trading unlocked now. Let's do some of that, shall we? He wants 35 gold. Okay, I would prefer not to give out my world map. Let's see what he has. All right. So that didn't reveal a ton, but now we can at least see kind of the bottom part of the continent down here. We also got a fresh update on all his cities. This warrior can come back to my territory. He's not doing anything. How about Augustus? All right, he just gave me his world map. Sometimes they'll do that. It's worthwhile to check just to see. All right, so now we've got a fresh vision on his cities. Not that we really needed it because we had his territory mapped out pretty well. How about Freddie? All right, he just gave me his map too. Thank you, Frederick. All right, oh, hello. There's a Barb city over there. Ooh, ooh, And there's more territory over there. Okay, so we definitely need to get optics. Now, caravels can't transport military units. It's too bad that his border is extended far enough for him to get over here, but there's definitely more land over here, so we've got to work on that. Maybe we just push for, if there's interesting stuff that we spot with optics, we could just go straight to astronomy. Like, it's an very, very expensive tech, but who the heck cares if it means more cities for us to settle? I mean, I've got good research. I'm like break even at 90% right now or something like that. So, yeah, so we'll go for that. We may well go for that. I am gonna put I'm gonna put this scout on the first caravel so I can land a unit. And I could upgrade. What's the I can scouts upgrade to explorers, right? Yeah. So I could potentially upgrade here on this turn. Also, we'll bank some gold on this turn too. Only need 10% to get this. Because like this scout right here can pop right out of Coppola's Vine and get over there and see what the deal is. Anyway, so you come back here. Oops, actually you're not going to Hamburg. You're going to Essen to try number 2 at that city. Meanwhile, down here, time to build more windmills. Always more windmills. There's never enough windmills. No. All right, work that tile. That's a much better tile. Maybe someday we'll be able to build units better than bases. So explorers are interesting units. They're like an upgraded version of scouts. They have 4 strength instead of 1. They get extra promotions that lets them move through. I believe they start with Guerrilla 1 and Woodsman 1. Or let me check them real quick. Explorer. They can't attack. Yeah, they start with Guerrilla 1 and Woodsman 1. They can't attack. They can only defend, but they ignore terrain movement costs, so they're really good at moving and defogging the map. Generally, they come along late enough in the game that they're not like that significant as units. But if you, for some reason, have like extra territory to explore, they can be really nice. Also, you start with an explorer for free on a medieval start, and if you've ever played a medieval era start, against other humans, you can plant them on defensive terrain, and it's really hard to kill those enemy explorers, so they can be a real pain in the butt. Yeah, alright, so, like, I could whip this, but I think, I know I keep repeating myself, I think the natural production is better. Dune Potato, I should have whipped last turn, so I'll just whip it now. It was like 1 turn too slow there. And then we'll overflow into the Forge. And that'll get us up to 5 culture per turn there. And what is it? 6 base production. 1 plus 2 plus 2 times 25%. Okay. Building, wonder there. Barracks here. Yeah, these cities can go on to whatchamacallit? Harbors. That's the word I'm looking for. Harbors. Next.
The wisest men follow their own direction.
Topics it is. Harbor first here. Seriously, just build a terrain for me. Go kill this stupid thing. All right, so I did win the Apostolic Palace vote. I've already said I am not going for the cheese Apostolic Palace diplomatic victory, although I think I could get it. Because like I pulled votes from everyone else. Like all I would need is 1 missionary with the last player, whoever that is, and I could easily win the AP cheese victory, but we're not going to do that, as mentioned. All right, so let's go ahead and chop that, or we're going to windmill this, and that will also finish the chop into Sancor. Okay, so you come over here to Frankfurt, I think, and try to convert that city. No, so you don't get flip odds until you are culturally dominant on the center tile. Right now, neither Doom Potato nor the Dump are even putting culture on this yet. They both have to hit 100 culture first. When they hit 100 culture, they'll start putting culture on that city center tile, but it's not likely to happen anytime soon. I'll need to get a lot more culture before it's realistic. All right, you just come back to my territory. I don't know how long it's going to take. 12 turns, but I don't need you exploring anymore. Unload in the city. And I'm just going to send you on a go-to order so I don't have to move you every turn. Go here, because this city hasn't been converted yet. Still windmilling. Now, is there any other work to do here? I don't think there is. I think we've kind of got all the immediate work we need. So let's grab the galley and bring it back to ferry these workers over. They can mine this hill tile, and then I think they've got everything they need on this island for right now. All right, optics. Let's go. 2 turns. Nice. Just enough to do it in 2 turns. And wow, these cities are really growing. All right, let's equip the forge. Is it even worthwhile to whip 3 pop here for the forge? What if we just built the darn thing? No, it's still better to whip. Because the city grows really fast. And we'll get a fair amount of overflow from this too. Yeah, get quite a lot of overflow. And we'll use that for the library. Barracks onto the harbor. I will probably whip the harbor in a couple turns. Forge done, as I said. Yeah, look at that overflow. Woo! Very nice. So, Jameson Town, unfortunately will not... Oh, Notre Dame is gone. No chance. But Christianity spread somewhere. And somewhere else. Nice. Yes, AIs, do my work for me. Haha. Very nice. Alright. What are we up to now in terms of... That's three Christianity spreads this turn. Alright, we're up to 42 cities with my religion now. Nice. 42. That's a lot of shrine income. And we'll actually be able to build Wall Street in like a timely fashion in this game. Unfortunately, won't be able to pick up those workers until next turn. Alrighty. So we got another windmill done here. Windmills. Give me windmills. Then there's no need to build a road on this tile. I'll never need to move through this tile. It's too sheltered. Alrighty. Yeah, so all these cities will be building... I'll probably just whip out caravels from all my coastal cities, including poor Lapland. It's going to finish the forge. Actually, work water tiles. And then we'll just whip out a 2-pop whip a caravel there, because why not? Because it's like the only city that can send a caravel east as opposed to west. Silver Haggis shouldn't have been building a Tereme. Well, does the Tereme auto upgrade in queue to caravel? I can't remember if it does or not. I'm not exactly sure. Like Coppola's Vineyard, Piggyback, Silver Haggis, all these cities can build caravels. I can get some out of these cities too. Well, probably not Dune Potato or the Dump. Dump is such a great name. But Jameson Town can build some. Actually, let's put this overflow into... No, we'll leave the overflow on the library. That's okay. I was thinking of... I could run Wealth for a turn and put the overflow into the caravel. Actually, I will do that. I don't need the... Library's not that big of a need. Put the overflow into the caravel.
One doesn't discover new lands without losing sight of the shore.
Alright. So, as far as other stuff, guilds and banking would definitely be nice. Let's go for calendar though. It's a requirement for astronomy anyway, and it looks like we can 1-turn it. So, so you built me a mace. Well, you can get a missionary, I guess, because the coastal cities are going to be working on other stuff. All right, caravel. City is kind of run through its immediate infrastructure. Why don't you do a barracks to start? And we'll see after that. Alright. Caravel from you. We'll whip it next turn. Well, a lot of stuff finishing this turn. Very nice. Alright, that Tereme did not... Oh no, J-Man went free religion. No, we just lost our big benefit with him. Now, does he have Shwedagon Paya, or did he get to liberalism? I'm assuming he didn't get... I'm assuming he has Shwedagon Paya. Just want to double check on that. Alright, he does. Okay. So at the moment, the religious buildings are granting +2 production and +2 gold, and Sankor will add +2 peakers on that as well. So we can look at the statistics and we can see from the building list just how many of them we have. So we have 12 monasteries, 12 temples. So I have 12 cities, so every single city has a monastery and a temple. So that's +20, let's see, that's 24 buildings. That's 48 gold per turn from these, and it'll be 48 beakers per turn too. Divorced from the slider, which is always nice. I'm going to move this. I'm going to use Coppola's Vine as like a staging area right now, and we might have an opportunity to go over the water. Looks like Frederick has caravels out though too. Alright, 3 turns. Let's get that down to 2 turns. I'm not gonna be able to get it down to 1, but I can get that down to 2 turns, which is, and then I might just whip another caravel after that anyway, out of that city, because why not? Okay, so windmill. We're gonna put windmills on these 3 tiles too. They're not great, but 2, 1, 2 is not a terrible tile. It's not a good tile, but it's something anyway. And it's the best way to make use of this city because it's nothing but hills everywhere. So we were able to get visibility on this city, Stuttgart, which apparently already had our religion in it. And next turn we can look to convert Frankfurt. Alright, so we got to get our caravels ready everywhere. So we've got one coming out of that city. Dune Potato has plenty of surplus happiness. We're going to abuse this city for a caravel. Coppola's Vineyard is building one. Piggyback does not need to build that harbor. We'll build the caravel and overflow into the harbor. You're finishing that terreme. You've already got a caravel queued up. Okay. Sankor should finish in a turn or 2 after this forest chop comes in. As far as techs go, we are definitely closing the gap here. Calendar finished. I probably want to grab construction so I can build catapults, which hold their usefulness forever. And also so that I can get the road movement, bridges over water, whatever. So I actually already have the spiral minarets. Good question, but I already have it. We burned a great profit on a light bulb for Divine Right, and I actually got it in the last session.
For everything, there is a
and it does have to be state religion.
For every purpose.
You only get the monk building benefits for your state religion. It's not for all buildings. That's a really good question. So yeah, let's just grab construction. Again, it is a 1-turn tech. And probably the most useful thing you can do is build a caravel, another one for me, and I can then send another one to the east. This poor city I'm abusing, but it's okay. We'll overflow into the forge after. Oh wait, no, I already have the forge. We'll overflow into courthouse then. Or maybe library because of the cultural pressure here. Probably library. Alright, Tareem, your job is to go kill this stupid Barocali so it stops bothering me with pop-up messages each turn. Oh, hey. Portugal did the job of spreading a religion on its own. Now, unfortunately, he then popped a great scientist. Also, Freddy finished another wonder. Freddy, please stop tempting me. Freddy's like, yep, don't mind me. I'm just going to not defend myself while building all these wonders here. Do. It's like, please stop tempting me. Sankor's only 2 turns away, though. And we can't squeeze this out with more production, so... yeah, I think I probably windmill over these tiles, even though it hurts to do that, but... actually, before I do that, though, I should probably connect my calendar resources, because I just finished that. Like, we want to connect the incense. This we can replace the farm, and I think I have... Do I have any other... No, I think that's it for calendar resources, but we might as well connect this. All right, and you will hopefully convert this. There we go. Now we're just slightly short on 1 turn in construction here. You know, if I can stuff some scientists, I can probably do this with some scientist specialists. I don't want to do it here, though. I don't want to contaminate the pool. Alright, so do that. You need to whip your caravel this turn. I'm aware that I'm stacking up the whip on happiness, but this city is fine. It has plenty of happiness. Valley of Kells. It finally has all improved tiles, but we need more science. How short am I on this, by the way? So you can calculate how much... Oh, actually, I can't tell because I don't know how much overflow I have. It's too bad I don't have alphabet. I would just build... I would just use build research, but I can't do that yet. Alright, do this. We are very close to having enough, and I'd prefer to finish this. There we go. Just because why not? You can't go like 110% science. It's not an option in this game.
My name is Ozymandias, King of Kings. Look on my works, ye mighty, and despair.
Alright. So we finished that. Let's actually grab alphabet. It is a cheap tech. And I wouldn't mind being able to see what the other AIs have in terms of technology. Also, then it allows me to build research. Alright, so... let's have you work on a settler, because there's a good chance I'm going to need one. And better to queue it up ahead of time. Also, that city's out of improved tiles to work. Alright, let's see. You have kind of grabbed your needed infrastructure for right now, so why don't you grab another worker, because we certainly can use it. Alright, here I said I was going to overflow into the library. Got one caravel out of Jameson Town. Now you can go back to infrastructure. Just keep growing onto those lovely water tiles. Alright, let's go see what's out there, shall we? Hopefully we can get circumnavigation at some point too. Could be tricky though, because I know Freddy already has caravels in the water too, but the AI is not always the best at pushing for that. It's always fun when you first get boats out and you can start exploring, like, because you just never know what's out there. Alright. Oh, I should have upgraded this to Explorer. Oh well, we can load it up on the boat. And I believe you can still upgrade in your territory. Could be wrong, but we can hopefully upgrade next turn. Anyway, well, we'll see. And I forgot, this is not a good place for the boat to stage because I can't move over all the ocean tiles. Still forgot about that. Alright, you also head to the east and let's find out what's out there. So, yeah, you're building worker, forge. Alright, so Sankor's going to finish in between turns. Piggyback could whip this, but maybe we should just hold off. That'll give me, let's see, in terms of caravels. No, this is, here we go. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's probably enough caravels for exploration purposes. I tend to overbuild the caravels, but I figure it doesn't hurt having them. So we are cutting into the AI advantage in terms of techs up on me. I want to see where Portugal is right now. I'm not too concerned about the rest of these AIs in terms of research, but Portugal is a problem because of their enormous size. Freddy's actually pretty competitive on tech too. I mean, he actually has education. He's the favorite to land liberalism right now because I have not been prioritizing that. Which maybe I should, but I guess I could try to liberalism astronomy, but we'll see. If he wants the tech, then I don't think I can beat him there because he already has education. It's time to end this deal, friend. Okay. Banana clam. How about this? How about you give me ivory, which would allow me to build elephants in a pinch if I need them. I'll take that.
Words have the power to both destroy and heal. When words
so
are
we
both
picked that up. Now the
true
question will be
and
where to go
they
next.
can change our world.
Do I want to head straight for astronomy? It's a 7-turn research, or we could try to go education and liberalism it. Maybe. Certainly would love to use liberalism on astronomy. Let's save gold for a turn, and we can go from there. Sankor is not a wonder I build very often. If you're going to go for the monk economy, you kind of want to build all 3 of the wonders. All right, so now we've got the super-powered Christian buildings. The only thing we're missing is Sistine, which would have been super nice to get, but was not in the cards for this game. And so we will get another great prophet in just a few turns. I guess we have a very small chance to get a scientist, which actually would be good for the liberalism race, but not as needed here. Also, apparently we need more health in this city. Well, we'll build the harbor and go from there. Now we can also build research if we need to. All right, so let me look and see what Portugal has in terms of tech. Okay, Portugal's tech is not actually that good, which makes sense because Portugal had so much expansion. So Freddie is the only one who has education right now. So I would need, let's go for philosophy right now, because I need philosophy anyway if I'm going to go for liberalism. And Angkor Wat is a wonder that I would like to get because priest specialist would be really good. All right. And we'll go there with the we'll grab the prerequisite bonuses, aesthetics and drama, because we want those anyway, and they will make philosophy cheaper. So let's grab philosophy, and then we'll reevaluate after that. This also allows me to save up a little extra money here. Hey, Coding Cajun. Glad you're able to catch part of the stream. Oh yeah, and I wanted to see if I can upgrade. Does not look like I can here, which is a bit of a shame. I should have upgraded while I was just sitting there waiting, but I was too slow, and I don't want to stop now. Okay, yeah, you can chill in that boat right now. You guys, why don't you come up here and help at Coppola's Vine? Again, I don't have an immediate place to put a settler right now, but you can hope. Oh, wait. I didn't realize this. Whoops. I didn't realize that this was an ocean tile. Oh, well. So much for this terrain. Well, we'll make use out of it someday. Meanwhile, the whole point of that was to clear out that stupid thing that keeps giving me annoying messages. All right, well, now we can work. Although actually, this is better if we're working on building a worker. All right, Valley of Kells now can get up to +4 food surplus. Oh, and I can stop running these scientist specialists, that's right. Didn't I run one in one of these other cities too? Yeah. Just gonna check real quick. And here... Oh, we're just short. Actually, I think I can... yeah, I can get this done in 1 turn, which I would prefer to do. There we go. We'll swap that around next turn. I just want to get that Caravel out and exploring slightly faster. And also I can use that Caravel to kill this. Hopefully. It'll have very good... It'll have like 80% odds. Oh, apparently I can now see J-Man's research.
Art for art's sake is an empty phrase. Art for the sake of truth. Art for the sake of the good and the beautiful. That is the faith that I am searching for.
More missionaries. This city has nothing else more important to build, so it might as well, while other cities are working on more important stuff. Alright, so you built the caravel. Let's get your harbor. Let's go back to your standard tile arrangement. The harbor is not a huge priority, so working those scientists, I think, is a good call here. We'll find a use for this trireme someday. Don't worry. I think I'm going to move it out of the Arctic, though, and down to warmer waters where it might be more useful. Alright. Yeah, okay, seriously, just fortify it there until we get closer. I'll move this diagonal now to get down to this island. Alright, this is a guaranteed spread. So we continue spreading the word. Alright. Yeah, actually finishes the worker 1 turn sooner by working that tile. Anyway. So here I think we just continue building windmills for the time being with these 3 workers. I think I shift one of them down here though, because there's more. The wild rice is actually has more food surplus now, and just keep 2 of them over here. It's going to be all windmills because otherwise there's no food to grow. Oh, you know what? I can trade for Freddy's world map. I can see what he's managed to explore thus far. Alright, so he hasn't managed to explore very much, has he? He might have caravels in the water, but he's doing a lousy job of exploring, so I have good odds. I should be able to beat him to circumnavigation. Hopefully. Alright, so Barb City, only archers on defense. So, it does definitely feel like we should try to get to astronomy. Oh, look at Dusseldorf. Man, double fish resource. Oh, well. Yeah, we definitely want to get units over here. I got his map, but like it updates each turn. All right, so you are going to go on a long-term journey down to Portugal. You know, it's a Christian world that everybody's living in here. Seriously, we've spread Christianity everywhere. Just about everywhere. Also, look how much territory. Oh, wait, what's this? Is this? Oh, this is just the world wrap. I thought there's like a little graphical effect. I thought it might be enemy borders of whoever else is out there, who, again, we continue to think is probably Gandhi. But, like, again, Portugal's territory is just so enormous compared to everyone else. Boy, it sure would be really nice to take over Germany's territory, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's push further down the tech tree first. It's too bad I don't have horses. It would be really nice to just hit him with cavalry, but I don't have horses. They're 1 tile outside my borders here. Not going to get control of that anytime soon. Oh well. Maybe we can get horses somewhere. Anyway, so drama we can do in 1 turn. Let's get some stack up as extra overflow because philosophy is going to take a couple turns. Yeah, I sure would like to be able to get liberalism, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to beat Freddy there. He's the competition. We might as well make a play for it though. Buy horses from Alex, maybe. I mean, we're not looking to fight someone right now, but does he have multiple horses? Just out of curiosity, I don't know if anyone has multiple horses. Let's look at strategic resources here. So Portugal has extra ones. I could probably trade with Portugal if I really need horses. Yeah, I could certainly trade with him. So, I mean, we don't have the text to build calves yet, but that could be where we head down the road. Oh, he doesn't want to do this drill anymore. He probably hooked up his own source of fish. So we do still have 1 resource trade going. That's a nice sign. Yeah, I don't think I have any resources he still wants. This ridiculous city list. I don't want to give him my world map, so I'm just going to say no. I literally just got his world map last turn, so...
All the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely players. They have their exits and their entrances, and one man in his
So we actually do need an aqueduct here.
Parts.
Alright, finished another worker. That's nice. Since you are the holy city for Judaism, right? No, it's right next door. I should probably get monasteries here, because I do want to... I'm probably going to be able to get another great prophet, and then it would be nice to have another shrine to take advantage. But work this tile. This gets us up to +4 food per turn, and +4 food per turn is a decent growth rate. We're also up to a base 12 production, which is pretty nice. You do have the forge here, right? Yeah. Forge, organized religion. Yeah, I think the most useful thing to do would be to build the Jewish monastery, just so I can train these. And it gives a little bit of science, although that's not the main reason why I would want to build that. Seriously, it's a little bit annoying sometimes when the just jumps over to the other side of the world, like that. Well, so much for that. That is an early liberalism for Emperor. I guess it's not that early. I was going to say it's very early for Emperor, but I guess it's not that early. Well, so much for that. Guess we're not going to beat him to liberalism. Let's see what tech he took. Freddy. He took astronomy. Wow. Wow, Freddy. Wow. I am surprised. That was the correct tech to pick. AI doesn't do that all that often. All right, well, we're going to just follow him to astronomy then. Yeah, we'll just follow him to astronomy then. Freddy, impressive. Actually can't be attacked by the barbed galley there. Oh, here we go again with the barbs. We'll detour around, just so I don't lose in a stupid dice roll. Or hopefully won't. Alright, let's start curving back up to the north again, because we're getting pretty close to the Arctic now. Don't have a place to send this settler just yet, so maybe this was slightly premature, but it doesn't hurt to have an extra settler kicking around. So am I working this tile? No. Alright, so we'll chop it and then windmill it after that. That looks good. Maybe someday I'll be able to drop this tile and replace it with a windmill. Missionary on board. Freddy is having the time of his life as we decide whether or not to kill him. Something like that. Something like that. I mean, at the moment we have like no military at all. So, in terms of power, he's probably rival worst, but he still has way more military than we do right now. Yeah, he is rival worst, but he does have a lot more. The way to go would be to get into a higher tier of units. Since I'm spiritual, I also have... Oh wait, did I never adopt Bureaucracy? Holy cow, I thought I did. I must have just forgotten. Okay, well that was silly. Been wasting out on a lot by not grabbing that, you know, half a dozen turns ago. But since I'm spiritual, I can run Bureaucracy, I can pop into Nationhood to draft units, then I can pop back into Bureaucracy again. Super duper nice. Probably just get to gunpowder and draft a round of muskets. For safety's sake, if nothing else. Spies stumbled upon. Alright. So you can get a theater here. We have managed to stop this city from falling any further behind. It's been at 59-40 for quite some time. So the city itself is not going to flip. But it just seems unlikely that we're going to reclaim that tile anytime soon. Alright, you should do the aqueduct because you're currently losing food. Alright, So similarly, you just hang out here for the time being. Let's see what we can spot over here. So like, I don't have any defenders. Right now I could ship a settler over there. I just don't have any, couldn't put a defensive unit on board. All right, let's see where to send you. Lagos. It's both close and a large population city. Okay, so yeah, we can finish the aqueduct here in one turn, and then probably get another caravel just to load up on board, just to load up and hopefully grab some territory on that island. Can't hit me because I'm in the ocean tile. Or maybe we just wait for astronomy. Use this time to figure out what's actually on that island. Alright, we still haven't spotted other borders in the fog yet. But it can't be too much further, because there's got to be something here. We know there's one more AI out there. So this is kind of a cool map script. It's certainly an unusual one. Alright, so on to the next windmill. Alright. I'll just hang out there. So hopefully that'll hopefully that unit will kill itself. A lot of people on guilds right now. Interesting. Alright, so we were able to connect that. This poor city doesn't have any food to keep growing. Just stuck here at low size. Well, someday we'll have biology, and then this food will actually be able to grow. Biology tech, I mean. Alright, and then there's an incense resource we need to connect over here. Oh, by the way, hi Augustus. He is still pleased, right? Yep. As long as we're pleased, I don't have to worry about him attacking me and, you know, capturing my cities that are defended by warriors. Good thing he can't declare war at pleased. At some point in time in the game, that we will need to get actual units, because he might go free religion down the road, and then he won't be such a friendly neighbor after that. Like I said, probably get to nationalism and draft out a round of conscripts at some point. I can even go into theocracy when I draft, and then all the units will come out with the promotion, if they have a barracks in the same city, at least. Alright, come on. There we go. Looks like I took a lot of damage, but at least I did win. Anyway, this city doesn't really have anything else to build right now, so I might just put it on wealth. Yeah, let's just put it on wealth for the time being. Alright, we've got another missionary. Just build a catapult for the time being. There's nothing else I need here right now. And here, like I said, I could build a caravel. But I think I might just, honestly, I think I might just wait, and you know what, why don't you do a mace as well? We can take over a settler and 2 maces on our first galleon, and then just head over to that island. Alright. More windmills. Give me more windmills! Well, I'll leave this mine, but while we're here, we might as well go grab this one too. Just keep going on to more windmills. Oh, I've been deficient in my whipping over here though. Some of these cities should be whipping, not the dump, which is just continuing to output culture. I guess it's fine. Like Jameson Town should be ready to whip here. Although I might save that for a galleon whip, depending on what we find out there, to transport units overseas. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see. Dune Potato though can get a theater and a library. I want the forge to finish, but then a library for sure, followed by probably a theater. Keep putting cultural pressure. This city did pop its borders though, So we should be getting culture on these tiles. Yeah, we're up to 25% on these. Only 6% on the city center tile, but both of the cities being over 100 culture will help a lot. And this city still has no cultural buildings inside whatsoever. It just has the religion and nothing else. That's a good sign. It does have a, and if we can take over these tiles, the city will have no production, and the AI is not great about whipping for production. By the way, if the dump can get control of these tiles, it'll actually be able to do something. Like it can work this tile for extra production. So hopefully we'll make progress there. All right, chop. Yeah, this caravel is going to need to heal, but that's okay. It cleared out the barb unit. That was the big thing. We can come back and clean up that hole in our vision later. Alright, still nothing over there yet. I want you to keep exploring what's on this island. Not a ton from what we've seen thus far. Alright, so we got that whole island defogged. And it's kind of a sorry sight, but you know what we can do? We could put a city here. Steal that away. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we could put a city here. 1, 2, 3. Boy, Nubian is a sad sack city too. But if we could take this and capture Nubian, then we'd be able to put more pressure on Dusseldorf and maybe flip that, which was a much better city. Although we would never get control of this tile. I don't. Maybe. I don't know. At the very least, it seems like we should toss a city down on this tile here, even though it will be not much of a city. But Dusseldorf hasn't expanded borders yet, so we've got good odds to. With a missionary, we can probably take that. Yeah. If there weren't barbarians on the island, I would just settle there with a caravel. But I don't want to put a settler down and then immediately lose the spot to barbs, so I think we can hold off for the time being. All right, come back here. Whatever. All right, meanwhile, over here, exploring from the other direction. Still not quite there yet. Got another missionary ready to load up there. Head off to somewhere in Portugal, most likely. We've got one missionary slowly working its way through. Oh wait, no we don't. We just have enough. I thought we had a missionary in here, but apparently we just have enough espionage points to see that city out, right? That is Oporto. Yeah, city visibility 202. We can just see that city now. Apparently, he's not putting like any espionage points into us. Toku is spending a lot on espionage, but whatever, it's Toku. Cool. Still keeping an eye out for. Don't we have I think we have someone heading to Lagos though. Isn't there someone on a go-to order there? Yeah, this missionary right here. So this next missionary I'll send to Coimbra instead. And then just slowly keep the process going. Converting. Dusseldorf I will not spread my religion to if I can get a city up here, because I don't want the borders to expand afterwards. Oh, and I did want to check one thing. So we'll do this so I can just see the culture points. All right, so 261 against 789. So we're behind by 528 on this tile. And this tile is probably the one that I think we have the... Well, actually, no, this tile is the one we have the best on. 789 versus 275. We'll just see what the difference is here. Hold on. 789 minus 261, because I'm curious how quickly this is changing. All right. 789 minus 261. Okay. Now next turn. Those are the map trades that went through. All right. So culture is not going to help push back the borders here. Actually, you're near the health cap, so I do actually need the harbor for extra health. All right, let me check to see what that has changed to. So it was 528 last turn. Let's see. So 811 minus 293. 811. Okay, we didn't gain very much at all. We gained 10, made up 10 culture points, but we're obviously behind by a lot, so we need to get more culture to have a more realistic shot at doing this. That's fine, though. Let's just go ahead and two-pop whip this library. Actually, no, two-pop whip the theater. Why the heck not? Just get more culture. I'll just whip that next turn. Alright, well there wasn't much else to see on that island, so I'm just going to reload back on the caravel again. Continue heading out, in case we find some more land out there. Oh, we found somebody. It's Sitting Bull! Oh my god, the last AI is Sitting Bull. It's not Gandhi. It's Sitting Bull. What? Sitting Bull? I thought it was Gandhi. 35 gold. Yes. Oh, wow. He does not have a large island at all. Okay. And yeah, so he is the one who founded the two religions that are missing. Let's see where he is on the tech tree. Behind. Very far behind. Has he met anyone else yet? Out of curiosity? Nope, no one else has met him yet. Okay. And he doesn't like us very much either. Well, you know, if we need a place to get more land, if we need a place to get more land, I think we may have found it down the road. I mean, he has a little continent, but not much of one. Yeah, his land is... You know, a naval campaign could take his land over pretty easily. He only has 2 inland cities. He also has marble, which is nice too. Oh, you know what's crippling him? He doesn't have resources. Look at this island. Does he have any happiness resources at all? I don't think he has even 1 luxury. Oh my god, he has 0 luxuries on his island. Holy cow. Oh, and he has terrible food bonuses too. Look, he has food bonuses here and here and here, and that's it. Most of his cities have no food bonuses at all. Ooh, what a rough city. Or a rough continent. Yikes. Wow. Tough setup for our boy Sitting Bull here. Yikes. Maybe there's some land somewhere else. But he sure doesn't have very much, does he? Tough look for our guy Sitting Bull. Oh yeah, Portugal's already got their unique unit out on the water. So it doesn't look like there's a ton of land out there from what I'm seeing. Hopefully we can get the circumnavigation bonus. We should be able to get it because we're the first person to meet Sitting Bull. And that'll help. We just need to defog these tiles here. So this ship pushing east should be able to get that. I wonder if there's any land in here. I believe this map does not generate a lot of land up at the Arctic and the Antarctic, but I could be wrong. That's just what my memory is for this map script. So why don't I send this caravel to go pick up that settler at Coppola's Fine, and then get a move on even before astronomy finishes. Got a whole bunch of harbors finishing. I guess we can start to do observatories after that. And we still have a bunch of old text to clean up. Like, we get a big prereq bonus on engineering, which would be nice. Or we can hit feudalism and go for the bottom of the tree. Do I want to pick up archery at some point? Probably. Alright. Mace here. We are going to need a missionary for it. So we'll send a settler and... what happened here? Why is the city starving? Why is the city starving here? Oh, it grew. Okay, it grew a size. That's why. It just hit another side. Okay, so what we have to do is we have to find another tile that has food on it. Could windmill this tile, or actually we should windmill this tile, and that'll keep the city from starving. So that's not so bad. All right, I'll do the theater here. No, it's not the scientist. There's no, like I can't. There's actually no tiles I can work that actually have production. I'm just queuing up these theaters because they could be used for an eventual globe theater. I don't know about the Jewish temple, but it takes 2 turns and astronomy's done in 2 turns, so that works for me. All right, library done. It needs the harbor that badly. Probably the courthouse then. We can cottage this tile. I should have the workers get over there to put its better tile improvement there. Okay. This city. I'm going to do the barracks because I will probably be drafting at some point down the road, and I would like to have the extra experience point. Also, it's fairly cheap. Hop on board the ship next turn. Alright, finish the road. One, two. Yeah. Get the missionary and the settler on board next turn. Also, it looks like we need a little bit more gold, so maybe one of these cities can go into wealth. Wait, did we just finish a missionary? No. Oh, we need that missionary to finish. And I'm short on the missionary, aren't I? I guess I'll just have to wait an extra turn then. Well, I'll just get the missionary on the next boat load then. So I want to send this off immediately. Maybe I can take a worker along then. We'll figure it out. We don't, but I can put some cities on wealth. Alright. Yeah, he does have... Oh god, if we end up fighting Sitting Bull, it's going to be a gazillion protective units again. Oh well. So we'll just unload here, save a turn there. So yeah, I am wondering if there's anything else out here. See if we can get his world map. Nope, he won't trade it. Okay. Now that he's no longer friendly with me, he doesn't want to trade it. Alright, so this city will grow into that tile. Next. This poor city still is working on windmills. These cities are pretty good. Alright, so we need... Let's see, who's doing stuff that's not terribly important? Piggyback and Silver Haggis certainly don't need these theaters. They can just produce some wealth then. Alright, catapult. Just gonna quietly get some military, specifically siege units. Alright, well I am glad that Visigoth was taken by the Japanese and not the Portuguese. I don't need J-Man getting even stronger here. Alright, and you can just hang out here. That warrior that was off exploring for ages and ages. Alright, so you, let's see, go back to our Christianity vision. Are going to go to Coimbra. you go. And this worker will probably hop on board the galleon that I'm going to build here next. So I have another worker heading off and over the seas, but that's not ready yet. So in the meantime, let's see. In the meantime, why don't you either rotor mine this tile? There we go. More Christianity for everyone. And while these workers are here, I'll keep working on this. Alright, wild rice. There you go. But unfortunately the city just grew, so... so now we need to windmill this tile. When we get to replaceable parts, the windmills become a lot better. They all get +1 production. Oh yeah, you will be a frigate someday. Not right now, though. Doesn't appear to be anything down here. Alright. Getting closer to circumnavigation. This ship should be maybe 2 or 3 more turns, and they'll meet up here. Alright, so what I want to do is I want to put some galleys in queue, because then they'll auto upgrade into galleons, and then I can whip them next turn. So I would do that here at Coppola's fine, but it's already on the missionary, so I can just go onto the galleon there next turn. But I would like another one here at Jamestown. I can actually take some of these Gallic warriors and send them overseas to potentially capture this Barb city, Nubian. So I think the best choice, also Doom Potato, I wanted to whip this theater. Keep that culture going. At Jamestown, let's get ready to whip a galleon next turn. I'm setting it to galley this turn. And the whip penalty's worn off there anyway. So 30% culture now on this tile. We're slowly making a little progress. I think when this is about to hit size, when this is about to grow, I think I'll whip the theater here as well. 2-pop whip it to go from, when it's about to grow from size 5 to size 6, 2-pop whip, and then it'll go right back to size 4. That'll get this up to 8 culture per turn as well. And just slowly push on this city, then we'll do a library after that. Okay. Alright, new era.
Astronomy compels the soul to look upwards.
This doesn't it does obsolete Stonehenge for me. Oh well. Alright, now let's go back and fill in some of the stuff that we were missing before. Let's see. Because we have so much production, we probably should be able to build Taj Mahal. Like, the capital doesn't do a lot of other stuff, but it can build can build wonders really fast. Let's grab literature, and the capital is a perfect choice for national epic with all those wonders. We don't have marble to double it, but let's grab literature. It's super cheap. Alright. So that gets you up to 17 per turn. Again, we're going to build a cathedral in you as soon as we unlock music, which is probably the next tech we do after this. I guess I'll just put you on the harbor for right now, because it's actually, no, the market's more useful, even though it's slower to build. Alright, so you need to do galleon. Oh, 2 turns? Okay, that's fast. Alright, I apparently never got to propose a resolution for the Apostolic Palace. Never had anything to vote on. Should we send the missionaries to Sitting Bull? I mean, in time, yes, but not right this minute. But in time, yes, we will. Okay, so this caravel's finally done healing. probably at this point we'll just use you to explore the Arctic. Make sure that there's nothing out there. So since I've already gotten his map, I don't really need to explore along the shoreline. I'll fill in what's missing here. Kind of sad land for poor Sitting Bull out there. I'm glad I didn't start on that island. That would have been a rough game. Alright, for 5 gold, sure. I don't think that revealed anything extra, but just in case it was useful. Oh wait, workers can't... Oh, I thought workers could go on caravels. My bad. Wait, settlers can't go on caravels? Scouts... Oh, no. Okay. Huh. I thought they could. Well, I'm totally wrong. Okay, well, fortunately we have a galleon due in 2 turns. Well, we'll use this caravel to transport the missionary then. I should have remembered that. That's pretty bad of me. Alright, well... In any case, we've got a galleon coming in 2 turns there. And we've got a galleon popping out here next turn. So we can put 2 Gallic warriors on board here. And I should have started moving that unit a turn sooner because now it can't get on board next turn. Oh well. It is what it is. Can hop on board that galleon when it pops out. Yeah, I guess it's been too long since I did the caravel versus galleon, but that makes sense because you can't explore overseas until... Should have remembered you can't explore overseas until you have caravels. Okay. Don't worry about the starvation. Oh wow, it looks like we're going to get a great scientist here, and well, not until after we get a great prophet, presumably here, but we will get a great person at some point there. Okay, so now we need to dial down science a little bit. We could only afford to run that because we were running wealth builds in a couple cities. Alright, so we finished the forge, or we finished the theater here, and then the overflow will finish the forge, and then now we'll get that library done. And then that gets us up to, what, about 10 culture per turn? Oh, and apparently I have Buddhism in here too? Okay, I don't remember. Oh, that's spread on its own. Okay, well then we'll do the monastery, Buddhist monastery for more culture. Why not? Get the library first because it actually does something, but get the library and then we'll stack on another super cheap temple and just keep pushing on this. We should be able to get up to 15 cultures per turn. Plus we can build a cathedral in here too if we want. City has enough production to build it, especially because it's cheap with stone. Yeah, why not? That'll get us up to 20 or so culture per turn and just use it to push on this spot. We can build 4 cathedrals. Yeah, that's right.
Some books are
you
to
waste
be
your
tasted,
spies.
others to be swallowed, and some few to be chewed and digested.
Alright, so I think music we hit next. Like I said, it's cheap and we do need it for military tradition, which is something we're probably going to grab down the road. Then it's probably guilds banking to clean that up because that's cheap. Oh, I guess technically the economics merchant is still there because I don't think... maybe I should prioritize that. Forgot that that was still there. And free market would be nice to run, at least some of the time anyway. Alright, on to the library. Observatory. Oh, Freddy won the Apostolic Palace again. He apparently is very well liked by the others. Everyone except Alex is the only one who voted for me. How close was this anyway? He had 394. And I had 364, so he outvoted me by 30. Oh well. I don't think it ultimately matters, but... because I don't think there's anything you can really do with that. But it's annoying. Well, the last time of the election was not against Frederick. Last time the election was against Portugal, I believe. Yeah, I'm not finding anything else out here in the water. I was hoping there might be more land out there to pick up, but it doesn't appear to be. Yeah, just chilling here, waiting for this galleon to pop up. And wants to come back to grab workers. Should hopefully get circumnavigation in a turn or two, though. We're very close. This Tareem just is chilling. Alright, so that'll get us incense. As I said, sadly I was too slow to move this Alright, so we'll load that up next turn. Go capture that Barb City, just because it's a terrible barbarian city. No food at all. But again, we can always windmill some of these tiles, and that'll make it at least worthwhile as a city. Dusseldorf still doesn't have religion yet, or any buildings. Oh, it has a monument. That means we're going to be behind in the struggle to flip that. But there's a forest here. We can use the forest to chop a theater, and then that'll be enough to win the border battle. Plus assign an artist specialist. Let's look at the tech tree again. I think the next priority is to grab the free free great merchant. And we certainly caught up in tech. The only one who has... Yeah, there's not much that the others have that... I think Freddy is the only one who's kind of contemporary in tech. He is ahead in tech, though. He is leading the tech race right now. Oh, he can research economics. So he's probably going to get that too. I don't think I can beat him there. He's doing surprisingly well. I don't think there's any techs that I have that he doesn't have, and he's up, what, 5 or 6 techs over here? So, I mean, my economy has improved immensely from earlier in the game. It was very rocky for the early parts of the game, but I do need to catch up now. Guilds banking. Yeah, I don't think I can beat him to that great merchant. I should maybe have prioritized that, but hitting the top of the tree is not a waste here. I do have observatories going up now. I mean, my research output is pretty good. Just wish I had more population. Jeez. J-Man is almost double my food. That's very troubling for the long run, to have someone who's that far ahead. I really will probably need to take over more land, or else he'll just beat me to space down the road. Like I said, I'd like to play a peaceful game, but
food of love. Play on.
I also want to win the game, too. Alright, so next down to Guild... Oh, I guess feudalism first. At least that's a pretty cheap tech at this stage of the game. Yeah, those cathedrals are not actually that expensive at this stage of the game. Alright, so we finished a galleon. Now, that should be enough. I actually don't need a ton of galleons or anything like that. How about you get an observatory? I actually would have liked that blunder. But I still don't have philosophy tech, so... Oh, J-Man was in a golden age. Okay, that makes me feel better. That means his production was not as high as I thought it was. Alright, let's go grab that spot overseas. A lot of water on this. As much as I have had Frederick as a very nice friend in this game, his territory being so entwined with mine does make him a very, very natural target. I mean, our land is like literally, we're literally on top of one another, so... Alright, yeah, well, we can get over that spot in just a couple of turns. Got knights now. I guess, of course he does, because he's got feudalism. Or, guilds. I said guilds for a little while. Oh, hello. We found land. Hey, hey. Hello. What's this? There be land out here. Well, well, well. There is more land out here. No idea how large it is, but there's something. North, this is a very remote island. Alrighty then, well, that means we need another galley. Let's see, how long will it take me to get a settler out? This galleon can turn around and pick up a settler almost immediately. So we need a settler, is what we need. This galleon can turn around and pick up a settler. So don't do an observatory. Settler. I'm not going to whip that, but I do want that settler ASAP. And then some of these workers can probably come on board. Very hilly, of course, but yeah, let's grab this for sure. We actually have the scout on board this, so we'll be able to get a better view of what's on this island next turn. Too bad it's not an explorer. Being an explorer would be really helpful here. These two workers are probably hopping on board the next caravel that has... So let's start moving them through German territory, because as soon as this galleon drops off the Gallic warriors, it can ferry them over. So we'll just head them in that direction right now. I feel like Germany and the Celtic territories right now are like the US and Canada. Like, they're just so intertwined. It's like, yes, there's a border there, but people pass back and forth so much that it's not like... It's not the roughest border crossing or anything like that. Anyway. So these catapults will come in handy someday. Just not yet. Now this caravel is one turn ahead of the galleon that's following behind. Oh, I can upgrade that. Well, I don't need another. I don't think I need another caravel that badly right now. All right. So we've almost finished improving this area, although Wild Rice still needs a little bit more in the way of windmills. I guess while we're here, we'll keep working. When you have 6 workers in a little area, they can get a lot done. Alright, so this has been improved. Now I need you guys to come up here, and I need you to improve this tile. I need you to windmill this so that Silver Haggis will stop starving. If we windmill this tile, it'll be fine. So, like, literally none of these tiles have food. Like, there's no tile I can swap to that'll provide food for the city. But if I windmill this tile, then it'll add +1 food, and I can avoid starving there. Maybe this city could produce a settler. Nah, it'll take too long, even with the whip. But I might need 2. Let's see what we spot when we unload the scout next turn. So probably we get circumnavigation next turn. Like, you don't get it on the turn that you discover it. It happens the turn afterwards, but we should lock it down on this upcoming turn. Alright, so you finished the observatory, and now I want you to do National Epic, which I would have done earlier if I could. It's too bad I don't have Heroic Epic. I have no unit that qualifies. If I'd had a unit that qualified, I probably would have gone for that sooner. Alright. Let's see. Other stuff. We don't need the market as much. The observatory, I think, is better because we're mostly running... We're running a high research slider more often than we're running a high gold slider, so I think the observatory does more, and it's not like we need the happiness from the market. If there's a lot of land available, we might whip a settler out of this city too, but let's wait and see what's out there. So that's the economics great merchant. He just claimed it. I'm sure that that's what that is. Yep. So he has claimed that prize off the tree. Yeah, he's actually researching at a pretty good clip. I'm gonna catch up to and pass almost everyone else pretty soon, if I haven't already. I've long since Sitting Bull's behind. Alex is behind. Toku is also behind. He doesn't even have civil service. But Augustus is keeping up pretty well. J-Man is keeping up reasonably well, and Freddy is ahead of me by a few techs. All right, I'm most curious about what's on this island, so. It appears to be a very hilly island. They're swarming with barbarians. Apparently we have much more than we need on feudalism here. So it does in fact look like we might need multiple settlers for that island. So I will need to get another settler out of a city. Also, this city I realized should have swapped to a cathedral a little while back. It'll be a slow build, but might as well. So where can I get more settlers? Jameson Town is probably the best spot to get another settler. Yeah, probably the best spot to get another settler. So we'll swap to a settler in like another turn or so. So like this one is going to the spot on the nearby Freddy Island. As expected, the borders have already expanded, but don't worry. We'll see what we can do about that. Already got a missionary. We'll flip this. Oh, we also have to build the fishing boats too. Well, I can get that out of Coppola's mind next turn. I also have to build the fishing boats for that spot. Maybe Freddy will do it for me. All right. And load up these workers and ferry them over next turn. I don't know if the Gallics are strong enough to kill the archers because they've got full fortify bonus. Oh, there's a knight on. Okay, whatever. I have 2 maces. I'll probably just wait for the maces to get there and then attack Nubian once they're there. All right, Chop, keep doing your thing, workers. Yeah, it is funny that Portugal's land is like the land of milk and honey, and I have very mountainous territory. It's fun to do different map scripts though. Like it's more entertaining when the land isn't always super nice. All right, does that do it for us? Oh no, we're still just a tiny bit short. One more turn. Oh well. I'm not too worried. I just would prefer to get this locked down to make sure that I've got that. The +1 movement is really helpful, as we saw in the previous Romans game. And the dump, I wanted to whip it before it grew, but that's okay. We'll just do that library whip now, or theater whip now, excuse me. Do that next turn then. Checking to see if this city has gotten any cultural buildings in it yet. Doesn't look like it. Just barracks and granary still. Part of the reason why I like to flip these tiles is I deprive the Dortmund of having any production afterwards.
I will to my lord be true and faithful, and love all which he loves, and shun all which he shuns.
All right, guilds banking next. Looks like we can get guilds in 2 turns. Nice. Great spy. Okay. Want to be on the north coast to chop this forest. Obviously, we don't want to attack across the river. Got the whole big convoy here. So I should be able to drop off the settler next turn. Certainly I've had to contort into some really weird empire shape in this game in order to take advantage of this. More windmills, more... I don't know, we'll see. I mean, I'm not in... I'm not even completely tied to the notion of attacking Freddy. It almost feels like I have no choice because my land is so intertwined with him, and I just feel like I need more territory. If Portugal were not such a monster civ in this game, it would be different. Unfortunately, Portugal is a monster civ in this game. All right. Darting back out to water again. Oh. There's more barbs over here. But there's land that's like not even cottages. All right, well, we really have to get over here. That's going to be the focus, I think, for the rest of today's session, is getting over to that island and locking it down for us. Got to get military units and all that jazz. Orders have even expanded here. Oh, look, here comes a great merchant with his camel. There he is. Just seeing the sights. Hopefully that won't be cashed in for a terribly valuable trade route. All right, so like I said, drop this off, and then this is going to come back and grab this settler. And I need to get a settler out of another city. I think it has to be Jameson Town, because I have 2 galleons. This one will drop off the workers, and then this one can come back and grab another settler. So it's going to have to be Jameson Town, even though I've abused this city a couple times. Like, I've stacked up multiple whip durations here and at Dune Potato, but as I said, alright, get that theater, pour the dump. Overflow should be enough to finish the forge. Yeah, for sure. That's nice, and then we'll work on the library. Get the cathedral too. Now, this city, I think, has enough production for the cathedral. Keep working on it, though. More culture. Do I want to whip this city again? I mean, it has the happiness, but again, I am planning on drafting long term, so I don't want to stack up too many unhappiness penalties, since I'm planning on... Oh, the other thing is I have a galley here, too. I could always upgrade this to a galleon. I probably should. Anyway. So do we get the circumnav bonus? Yes, we do. There we go. +1. If there's enough room on this island, we may not need to go after the AIs. All that. All right, well, good thing I built those catapults, because we're probably going to need them to take this down. This is on a hill, and it's, well, yeah, so let's keep these catapults moving. Have them hop on board a ship. Because I can put this settler on board and maybe grab those catapults too. I might wait. Do I want to wait one more turn? Let's see, hold on. Alright, so you hop off the boat. You hop off the boat. And you. Let's bring you back to pick up another load. Wait, we've got a whole crew here, don't we? This is like imperialism in action. Here comes all the units popping off the boat. Now this caravel, I think I'll just head out to well, you know, the caravel can ferry missionaries, so it actually does have use. It can only carry 1 missionary, but that's valuable. Send you back to pick up more missionaries, I guess. Because we've got 1 here, but... Alright, so 1 galleon there, and then you are coming back down here to pick up stuff on this island. 1, 2. So if I whip this turn... Yeah, we'll whip this turn. That's fine. Get some overflow. Actually, a lot of overflow that can go into the observatory. Actually, I may put the overflow in a missionary and bring that along too. I don't know. We'll see. or we just put it in the observatory. So you chill. You guys in chat can think about what name we're going to give to that city next turn. All right, wild rice looking good. There we go. Just keeping... Oh, and we're working this tile too. Okay, so we need another... Still do need more windmills. Always more windmills. Never enough windmills. Like replaceable part of nice tech to pick up. All right, so here, that'll finish the observatory. I think I'm going to do a settler here next, just because I think I'm going to need another settler. Because I think I'm going to get multiple cities here, because we certainly want, like, we want one for this, we want one for this sheep. I still need to see what else is over here by Scythian. Gonna have to clear out these barbarians too. I'm trying to stay off the coastal tiles. So some good suggestions in chat. I'll have to think about which one I want. And of course, keep on exploring, see if we can spot any other islands out there. You never know. Could be another rocky location. But like we get one city for sure here. We can, if there's another food bonus at Scythian, we could maybe split this off into another city. Hopefully there'll be another seafood resource up here. So this is at least two settlers, maybe more. So yeah, we'll see. So I've got 2 on their way initially, and then we'll see how many more we can ferry over. Also, I do want to ferry these catapults because I feel like they will be helpful. If nothing else, they can work on the defenses there. This is going to be a nice city. It's already got... Well, we'll see. It's got the cottages down. I can also always raise and replace if I don't like the ultimate location. Need more information about what's over there.
People of the same trade seldom meet together, even for merriment and diversion, but the conversation ends in a conspiracy against the public.
All right, banking now. I definitely want bank plus grocer in the capital. Then we'll look to see what our next big goal is. I've been cleaning up a lot of older techs. I should backtrack for engineering too at some point for the road movement, because the slow movement is hurting a little bit here. Okay. In this city, I'm trying to think what we most need here. Probably the next thing is nationhood so that I can draft. That way I don't have to waste time building defensive units. Yeah, probably nationhood's the next goal afterwards. I'm just trying to think, do I need more ships? I probably need another galleon, so let's queue one up here. This is probably the best place to build them, aside from the capital, but the capital's doing other stuff. As I said, I'm going to get a settler here. Forge, overflow into library, which we actually build pretty fast. 10 turns in a city that has 0 natural production is pretty good. All right, we'll just keep that coming along then. Alright, so we'll load that up next turn. I might have the Gallic Warrior hop on board too and just rely on drafting a unit for a defensive replacement here someday. This city's been abused a fair bit, so it can relax for a little bit, just grow and work off its whip penalties. Alright, just chill this turn. Alright, so we had suggestions. Let's see. We had Pont du Celt, Rockall, Mayflower. Let's do Pont du Celt for this one. And I'll definitely keep Mayflower in mind for a future city. But good suggestions, all of them. Alright, so first up we're going to need a granary. Actually, no. First up we need a theater, which is what we're going to be chopping out. probably should have done the, actually let me cancel that order. We should do the mine plus chop, so we can work the tile until the chop finishes. The good news is we should win control of the disputed fish tile pretty quickly. Since Dusseldorf doesn't have anything in it beyond just the monument. Like, as soon as we can get the theater done, I can even pop into caste system and run an artist specialist here temporarily. And on that note, before you do that, build the workboat. Jameson Town, just build the workboat for that fish. And once we win control of the fish, we should be able to hold it long term. And then the workers can do their thing in the jungle. All right, so I wanted to bring this boat back for missionary ferrying. Some of these cities should be able to grab me a missionary, right? Like Piggyback can get some missionaries out. Very cheap to build, and it doesn't have anything crucial. Doesn't need a grocer or anything. Also, it got Talstrom food over there too. So yeah, you head back and be prepared to ferry missionaries. We've almost got the, almost have the windmill collection done there. Okay, so now windmill here to stop the city from starving. Some of these ships I'm going to need to clear out barbarians on that northern island up there too. All right. 2, 3, oh, another whale. 4, head out to sea where it's safe. Okay. Now, I don't think any of the archers will leave the city. They should all have city defense missions. So I'm going to move here, even though it's slightly risky. All right, so we've got another settler, and hold on, aren't there galleons coming back to pick this guy up? Yeah. Now I also need units to defend this, but I can grab some of the units from the island over there. Okay. I can move here and load up. Yeah. Yeah, I did find a found a barbarian island up here. It's pretty icy, but it's something. We've got a size 5 barb city. At least there aren't longbows in there. Now watch me be wrong, and then my poor scout dies here. Nope. I was right. As expected, they didn't go after that. All right. Similarly, you can also. This might not be a bad city to build a settler either. Just to have yeah, why not? Just have another one ready to go. And we got our great prophet. Nice. That is enough for a second shrine. So we'll want to spread Judaism around too. And that actually means that Valley of Kells probably is not going to build the settler. In that case, I want you to work on, I was going to say the grocer, but maybe I just have you start pumping out missionaries right now. Spread this religion around. And maybe that's just what Valley of Kells does for the rest of the game, is spread, not to other leaders, but amongst my cities, just spread this religion. All right, well, let's see if we can take this city. 72% odds with the mace. Looks like we lost. That's unfortunate. At least we did a lot of damage, though. 58 on the Gallic. Same 72. I think this one we won, judging by the animation. Alright. So at the very least, this one's close to a 50-50, 58%. But the good news is we won, and then we'll clean up with the last attack. I'll just take this. Alright, there we go. Return control of the German Empire. Alright, so this is also a garbage city, but actually need a lighthouse here as the first thing, because otherwise the city has no food at all. But someday, perhaps it can aspire to be as good as the dump. Maybe someday you can live up to the shining example set by the dump. I like Port Spud. Good suggestion. Oh well. Jonestown. Alright, let's see. So with organized religion, the chop is worth 37. So yeah, it should finish in as soon as the chop plus mine finishes, we'll get the theater done. And then we should get control of that tile again quickly, because we'll be outputting 4 culture per turn, and the Germans will only be outputting 1 culture per turn in Dusseldorf, so we should get control of the fish. Like, Germany only has 12 culture on that tile. And like I said, I can pop into a caste system and run a artist specialist temporarily to help out. Okay, so here, let's see. Okay. Load. That's as far as these can get. Okay, well, move you over 1 tile then. Where am I getting missionaries from? Piggyback as a missionary? Okay, well, that's a long distance over there, but maybe you should stay. I don't know. It's a very long trip over to this island, unfortunately. Oh, there's a fish. Nice. That makes for a good city. That's all we need is a fish resource. So that's a city spot for sure. This is like as remote as you can get on the map from my starting position. I guess not as remote as you can get, but not easily accessible, that's for sure. Still, we should be able to get several cities up here. I'm just trying to think where the best place to position this caravel is to grab missionaries. I guess up there. If Piggyback's going to build one, I guess up in that direction. It's a long transit time, but it's probably more useful than defogging territory in the Arctic or whatever. It has been surprising how well Frederick is doing, but he has a decent amount of territory now. A lot of, like if you look at his number of cities, he has more cities than a lot of the other AIs. And he has a lot of happiness resources, some of which we're trading him. I think a lot of it is just based on the fact that he's got this size 16 capital, which is, you know, pretty good stuff. Oops, oh well. So I'm not sure if there's any other islands out there, but we'll keep an eye out. Keep searching through the fog, but this is probably it. Still, definitely room for some decent cities here. I mean, not great cities. Also, Scythian may be positioned where there are no food bonuses. If so, I will raise it and replace it like a tile north, so it can actually take advantage of the fish. There might not be any food bonuses in its radius, but we have to see what's down here. Still, that's a city, that's a city, that's a city, so that's 3. Maybe we toss one It's a shame that there's no city that can work the double whales. They're like this spot would grab that. Yeah. I don't know. Those whales are 3 food tiles. Maybe it's enough to sustain a city each, although that's pretty slim pickings. All right, national epic done. Now I want to do grocer into bank here at the capital. Power up the shrine, which is up to 48 cities now. I mean, if I do bank plus grocer, that's another 40 gold per turn, independent of the slider. Pretty good stuff. All right, so that's done. I have some settlers in production. I probably need another unit or 2 here, like military unit, more than anything else right now. Like, as much as I'd like to get the observatory, I think pushing expansion is the thing to do right now. And maces are probably the best for that right now. So, similar stuff over here. I don't like putting production into these units because I can draft later on. So maybe not here. This city could probably use the grocer for its health situation. Those cities don't have enough food to be good whip targets. Oh, Toku finally got civil service? Wow, that's a little bit late on that. Alright, you can head up in this direction. As I said, I don't expect to find anything over here. 2, 3. Now head out to sea again. Okay, so there's room for at least one pretty decent city. Would probably go here, and then it would have both of these. Obviously, it wouldn't be a good city, but it would be worth founding, because it's got that fish. Oh, well. 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 Now, if I had an explorer, if I had upgraded this guy the way I intended to, he would easily win against the warrior, but because he's a scout and not an explorer, he's going to die. That's unfortunate. Well, just need to get more units up there, I suppose. Okay, now I had a settler that was going to join or something. No, here's where I have a settler. Okay. The whole island looks like a whale. It does look a little bit like a whale, doesn't it? The tail. We don't have a great view of the front part of the place, but yeah, I can see that. All right, so you can take City Raider 2. Let's have you guys. You can also take another City Raider. That's helpful. If you win one more battle, you can take... Actually, yeah, you just take Medic and heal up these other guys. Alright, so you grab some of these guys as you go by. Let them heal for a turn or 2, and then grab probably the 2 City Raider 2 guys. We'll need to get a defender for this spot at some point, too. Sitting Bull doesn't care for me much. He's cautious. We have different religions, which is the main thing. As we know, he's kind of a prickly AI. Alright, so I've got this galleon here. I think what I need to do is grab some units, probably. Like, oh, I have another settler come. That's right. Another settler here. That's what this was for, ferrying another settler over. And honestly, I should probably take some workers along too, because the work is starting to wrap up down here. Like if I took that settler and then these workers, or 2 workers it would have to be, that would be a pretty useful bunch to head over to the island. While these guys stuck around and finished up with the epic windmilling project. Alright, so now Silver Haggis can stop starving. There we go. Now it'll be food neutral. get a big overflow from banking into our next tech. Let's look at where the AIs are again. So if I get banking and then clear engineering, I'll have caught up with everyone except Freddy, who's still pretty close. Next tech really should be nationalism, though. I would really like to run a draft cycle. And I prefer to run the draft cycle with gunpowder, so... let's grab engineering, because the lack of road movement is bugging me. And it's obviously a useful tech to have. Engineering, philosophy, and then nationalism and gunpowder. I've been tying up the capital on like important long-term stuff. The national epic. And now I'm going to do grocer plus bank because that's really valuable. But that's partly why it's slowed down the expansion a little bit. Yeah. RIP. Unless I get insanely lucky. What?
Banking establishments
oh my
are more
god.
dangerous than standing armies.
Wow. Okay. Wow. The scout, the hero scout, man. Okay. Wow. Hero scout, dude. Alright, I'll set you to the bank for right now. But, seriously, wow. Yeah, let's see what the odds were. I'm curious too. Oh my god. We had 5% odds to win. 5% odds to win. Wow. That was pretty epic. So how much XP did we get for that? You know, the scout is almost qualified for heroic epic. We're 1 XP away. Now, I can't move in this direction or I die to the archer. So I have to move back in this direction. But Scout survives for now. Also, there are so many barbed galleys in this area. I'm just sticking to the ocean tiles where they can't attack. I'd really like to defog what's there, but I don't think I can safely explore that tile. Oh, you know what? Oh, you know what? I can heal these guys in the ship as they move through, because when they're on the ship, they continue to heal. So much for my medic idea, then. Because that'll... Oh, whoop, whoop, whoop. It just went around. Alright, well, now I need a ship to kill that unit so that it doesn't pillage the fish tile. It's okay, I can unload for 1 turn. I can like end my turn here, unload the units so that if the ship dies, it's not a disaster. And then go from there. The island is Shanty Pete State or Wales. Yeah, I mean, of all the times to get a 5% win, that was not the most significant time. Alright, where's the settler that was just born up here? I know that there's a settler up here. In here, okay. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Move up a tile. Alright. Up on board there, and you start heading off in this direction with your missionary. It'll take you a while to get there, but it's alright. 1, 2, 3. Alright, so we need to be up a tile here. And I have workers. 1, 2. So we'll grab the settler and then 2 workers next turn. And put them in that boat. You can help clear out some of the barbarians on this island, which is very, very barbarian-y. It's not even a word, but... Oops. Oh, well. Alright, so now over here, we can either windmill or mine that tile. And carve that scout's face into the Celtic Mount Rushmore. That's good. And yes, it deserves it. Alright, so this theater will finish at the end of next turn when this chop finishes. So here's the question. If I can get out of slavery for a couple turns, I could run caste system plus mercantilism, and that would allow me to run double artist specialist in Pont de Celt, which I think would be worthwhile to do. I just want to see if there's any key whips for me to do before I spend 5 turns out of slavery. I wouldn't mind whipping something here, but it's probably okay. It's not a bad idea to let those whip durations dial down a little bit. These cities are relying on natural production because they have very low food, or modest food at least. Coupler's Vineyard doesn't need to whip. This city doesn't need to. I don't think any of these cities have a great need to whip right now. Maybe Lapland. No, we can. All right, we can do this for we can do this for a couple turns. So I don't know if mercantilism is going to improve. I think it's actually going to hurt science, but I want to run artists in that city. So 597. Let's see what the effect is of doing this. See 537. I thought it would go down, but I have not assigned all the specialists yet. Yep, so there we go. There's the double artists. Now we got to go through and assign our mercantilist specialists. Now, if we had representation, this would be different. Unfortunately, we do not have representation. Here, I think I'm mostly going to assign scientists in these cities, just so I can get some of those beakers back. Yep, and except this city, I'm definitely going to run the artist here. Give me a little bit of extra culture. Oops, not artist, scientist. So this is slightly tedious, but as I said, I want to, yeah. So again, the reason why you gotta go through and take the time to do this. Double scientist. Again, scientist. I want the extra beakers right now. Also, I want you growing. Here, the engineer might actually be the right choice for that extra production. Yeah, because that gets me to 12 base production. I think that's the right call. That allows the city to build stuff quickly, although I want the city to grow this turn, but... Scientists for the most part. Except these cities, of course, are going to do artists, because why the heck not? There we go, 11 per turn here. So... I don't think the beaker count is quite as good, and I think it is better to be running the trade routes as opposed to the free specialist, but I wanted this. I wanted the double artists here to grab control of that tile. So it's actually not that different. We only lost, we're only down 20 beakers or so that's not too bad. And we get obviously some other side benefits elsewhere. So, I don't need the extra lines, so whatever. We'll just have to remember to cancel that in 10 turns. Alright, you can supply some missionaries for some of our new cities. You are mostly just going to stick on the Jewish monastery missionaries to help out the neighbor city that's about to build the shrine. I think the shrine's actually going to be built this turn. So we'll start out here. We can save gold, save a little bit of gold this turn. Alright. Let's get down here and build that shrine. Oh wait, no, Valley of Kells is the holy city, so actually what you need before anything else is you need a bank. Take advantage of the shrine income. Alright, Jewish shrine, let's do this. It's not going to be worth a lot immediately, because the religion hasn't been spread that much, but in time, it'll be worth a lot of gold too. We have 2 shrines now, and we have a chance maybe to get a third, although frankly, spreading 2 religions is already enough work that I probably would use a third prophet for Golden Ages. Let's see how much it's been spread thus far. 10 cities, it's not bad. See how far we can get that up, but first priority, of course, goes to our main religion. Alright, so the workers are 1, 2, 3, yeah. All right, we got a group of civilian units heading off into the sea. Here's your Mayflower ship right here. All civilians. 2 workers and a settler. So many barbs off here on Barb Island. We're going to need quite a few caravels to clean this place out. I think I might just heal this scout here for right now. Need some assistance to clear this out. Alright, so we should flip this tile. Also, what are you doing, city? Yeah, see, it's already 35% Celtic. Yeah, we'll surpass this on this turn, and then seize control of that tile. So that's why I wanted to do this. And again, we're going to run Artist, Specialist, of course. Looks like we finished the theater regardless. So we'll just run 2 artists for this turn, and then next turn we'll swap to that. And in 5 turns, we'll hop out of Caste System, and we'll already have control of this tile, which is all we really need. Please delete the marker south of the capital. All right, fine. No, I don't. All right, fine. I know you guys always get angry when I go into the map view, but I tried not to do it there, and it didn't work the way I wanted it to. Let's see. So I think we want to windmill here too, so I can grow onto more of these tiles. I think windmills are on both of these tiles, actually. Yeah, you just wait there on this turn. Might be tricky defending all these units, but again, that's what the draft is for. Oh, whoops, I was... Alright, we're gonna have to stop here for a minute. And I don't want to unload these units because then they won't heal. I will take the 98% odds that we're gonna win that battle. Now, because it'll be 2 against 4.4, so the odds are overwhelmingly in my favor. Rename the scout Indiana Jones? Sure. If I can get this unit into my territory, I can upgrade it to an explorer, and then I'm only 1 XP away from unlocking Heroic Epic, which would be really nice. Alright, so for right now, why don't you road... Port Spud can also... Yeah, I was going to say Port Spud can use this opportunity to pop its borders too, which is good. Now, are there any flat ground tiles? There are, actually. Not a lot, but there are some tiles that are not hills, so we'll try to focus them first. The city just slowly growing along at +4 food. Also, oh, I was going to say let's remove that, but then I was like, wait a minute, we're in mercantilism, so... Alright, white rice needs more worker attention then. Valley of Kells is fine for the moment. I love this valley is nothing but all grassland hills, no plains hills, everything's a grassland hill, and everything's a windmill. And yeah, so maybe one mine. Actually, both of these may be mines because this city is about to hit its food cap, so maybe they're both mines. Some of these caravels will surely die in the battle to clear out the barbarians from this island. I also have to think about where the first city goes. I think it goes here to take advantage of the sheep tile. And probably right here. It's probably where the first city goes. Because that's first ring, and then it also still... The sheep is in first ring, and then also I can farm probably one of these tiles to get a little bit of extra food. Miller Time, yes, wow. Really going back in the day, yes. The Miller Time succession game. That was also on a map that was all hills. Alright, please do not lose this battle. Alright, thank you. The odds were overwhelming that I would win. I don't want to give you my world map, because then he would know that there's an island up here, so I'm going to just decline that. I just forced him to eat an anarchy turn for no reason. No, definitely not canceling deals with Portugal. He won't like that, but he'll have to live with it.
A designer knows he has achieved perfection, not when there is nothing left to add, but when there is nothing left to take away.
All right, so next up we want to go for nationalism. We want nationalism before gunpowder so we can get started on Taj at the capital. I guess we can just start that right away, but let's grab clear philosophy first. It's very cheap, and it will make nationalism less expensive to research. And we're going to want nationalism anyway, so we can run, or philosophy anyway, so we can run pacifism down the road. All right, so we'll do the bank next. Mace here. I will need to find a galleon to transport that. I don't know that I have one available, but at some point I'll be able to... You know what I could do? I could just build another galleon here. Let's build a mace and then a galleon to transport them both. And this and we'll transport this missionary too. And that'll be that boat load. Okay. So now you can just work on a bank, because why not? So you have more stuff to build. I think the observatory, which is only 8 turns. You know, for a little ice ball nothing, this city's contributing at a pretty good rate. Alright. So now's the time to do that monastery and give us more culture here. So let's check back in again here at the city, at how things are going compared to Dortmund. Well, we're getting close to seizing control of the first ring. Not close to flipping the city itself yet, but actually just forced Augustus into mercantilism. Forced him to eat a turn of anarchy for no reason. What are we looking at here? So, remember how I was down by... I had it on my calculator earlier. That's not showing up. We were down by quite a bit. Now we're down by 300-ish. And we should be gaining pretty quickly. What will really make a difference is when these cities flip over the 500 culture mark. That's when we'll really take off. So 27 turns against 22 turns. So that's when we have a legit shot of making real progress there. All right. And I think I said these cities both get mines, because wild rice is almost food capped now. Meanwhile, the exploration of the ocean continues. Got most of the world's oceans explored now. All right. 1, 2, 3. I wonder what's over here. I hope there's some food over here. Some food bonuses. All right. So you fortify here. So we didn't take much damage there, fortunately. The odds of us winning were 99.4%, so that's why I was willing to take that. Just to clear that out. All right. Well, now let's get cracking up there. With some settler and some units to defend. And another settler. Okay, well... Actually, I have quite a few settlers up there. Or Port Spud. Port Spud's going to be a long-term project. You know, if the borders expand, we can chop this for its lighthouse. Oh wait, this city didn't actually finish. Oh, okay. Well, let's do this. Actually, no, let's do this. Let's not be stupid. Let's work the tile that's actually good. There we go. There's our fish resource. Now it'll grow in 2 turns, then it can grow onto that tile. And then we're pretty set. Then we'll get started, we'll whip the granary, then whip the lighthouse, and this city is going to be a pretty solid contributor in time. Alright, windmill. You are going to come down here, and as I said, I'm going to have a galleon with 2 maces and a missionary. I think I have 3 settlers already en route to that island. Okay. Time for you to head off and help battle the barb galleys. I was a little worried we weren't going to get the spread there, but we did. Off into the wild blue. Games like this can be a lot of fun where like you're doing all this crazy stuff with transporting units over the ocean. Because like we really shouldn't have cities on this island. It's a little ridiculous we have this island. And then it's also a little ridiculous we have this island. Um, so we're now seizing control of this island too. And then we're en route. Like if I zoom out and do the global map, let's do the unit view. Like look at all these ships I've got in the ocean. Galleon, Caravel, Galleon, Caravel. Caravel exploring. Caravel's coming to fight the Barbs for control of Whale Island. Fun stuff. Oh, I should have turned on science higher. Oh, well, that's okay. We were able to bank some gold for our next research into nationalism, so that's fine. Oh, we finished another missionary here. Okay, so build a bank while we're waiting. Stop the war against Alex. I will abstain. Or do we... The AIs are probably all going to vote. I'll just abstain to avoid offending anyone. So it sounds like Alex jumped into a war with someone. With J-Man. Okay, well... I suspect this war will get stopped. Stupid apostolic power. I don't think Alex would win this war. I'm glad he's not sending that stack at me. I would love to see them fight for a little bit, honestly. But the AIs will probably all vote in favor of stopping that war, because that's what the AI does. Alright, and I also have another missionary over here, although I don't have transport capacity for this guy. Let's see if there's another city I can send him to that's lacking Christianity. Because it seems like pretty much everything in this area has it. Fort Spud, though, needs... Maybe we can get this guy over to Fort Spud. You know, I could upgrade this to a caravel, and then he could hop on board. Because I don't think I have any other caravels in the immediate area. Let's see, this one I believe already has a missionary. Yep, I was going to say, I think this guy's already got a missionary. Heading off overseas. And no, there are no other caravels anywhere close by, so why don't we do that, shall we? Only costs 50 gold anyway. Alright. Mine. Manually controlling this ship just in case something is out here. This missionary is going to hop on board this boat together with this 2 maces and a missionary on that next boat. Alright. Move you up. Alright, let's see if you can start clearing out some of these. Got to establish a beachhead here for our poor settler and get to work on that Barb City. Like I said, I built those catapults just like for long-term duty, but I think they're actually going to come in handy against that Barb City with the walls. It'll take a little while to knock them down, but it's going to take a little while for the units to heal that are in use over there anyway. Oh, there's another Barb City. There's 2 on this island. So there's 2 Barb cities. Nice. And a source of horses. Yay! Currently outside the borders of the Barb cities, but that's good news. So yeah, we're gonna have to clear out some barbs, but there's enough there's territory for 4 or 5 cities over here. Makes it less likely we have to go kill less likely we have to go kill poor Frederick. We'll see though.
I have gained this by philosophy, that I do without being commanded what others do only from fear of the law.
Alright, on to nationalism. The goal of unlocking Taj. Oh, 3 turns? I bet I can get that down to 2. How close are we to this? So it costs 80. 27 plus 25% is, yeah, we're very close here. You know, to turn off that, but I don't know if I don't know if I can shave a turn off this. Because I can't get another every tile is already producing at least one production. Yeah, I don't think I can get that. That's unfortunate. I'll have to wait an extra turn then. Oh well, I thought that would be enough. Alright, so theater's done. We're actually gonna hit 100 culture here pretty quickly. So now onto the granary. As expected, everyone votes to stop the war. Note that Alex, who just declared war, also voted to stop the war instantly. It doesn't make a lot of sense, but that's the AI for you. So I've already built the Forbidden Palace, so unfortunately, no. It would make sense. The other thing is it would take a long time. All right, so hopefully we can do this in 3 turns. Great merchant, great engineer, great general. Did any units die? I guess there was some fighting somewhere because there's a great general born, but would have liked to have seen the 2 of them throw some units away. At least they're building up mutual hatred, which is always nice when the AIs hate each other. Alright. So again, I don't know if there's any food bonuses over there. Guess we'll have to wait and see. Alright. You are going to go to Port Spud and hopefully not fail the 90% dice roll. Oh, there's a worker. Ooh. Alright, I'm going to keep you here in the hopes that you can clear out that initial unit. Versailles is still available. Versailles is also a very expensive wonder, so probably not going to use Versailles anytime soon, but it is still available. If I had a great engineer, I probably would not use it on Versailles. Versailles is generally most useful in a cultural game. Alright, so one more turn. Although I might keep running with this setup for the time being. It's not that bad. How are we doing in terms of demos, by the way? GNP is good. Production's good. Food is poor. And obviously we're not good in military, but we will once we get into nationalism. I guess maybe we just let this run for the time being. Free market is probably better, but mercantilism is not that bad for us because we do have the overseas trade routes. Yeah, this is honestly okay. Like, I don't need a ton of... Well, I will need slavery, like, to keep these cities going, and I do need to do a new round of whips at these cities soonish, so I should probably swap out of this in the near future. But, you know, then I can pop back into it again in a couple turns after I'm done with, like, a round of slavery whips. Yeah, so that's why this city needs a windmill on this tile to stop it from starving, because it's running out of tiles to work. I think I just finished the bank. Did you see how the research dropped? I'm getting close to break even at 100% research. Now that won't last as I plant more cities, but it does show that how a monk economy can be effective. All right, that's the first of many barbed galleys down. All right, so we finished the bank. Now I'm going to start Taj in just a couple turns. So let's see if we can stack up some overflow here. Or better yet, we already have some overflow. Let's just run wealth for 2 turns then, because there's nothing else critical to build. I don't need any of this other stuff. I'd rather save the cathedral slots for other places. All right, so observatory done. I think the next thing is the bank. I think we whip the bank maybe next in a turn or 2. Yeah, I think the next thing is a bank whip here. Or yeah, that's right. All right, up here, that careful barely even took any damage. That's nice. Oh, well, too bad Apache's gonna have to be erased and replaced, because it is in a position where no city can use this tile. So we will have to raise and replace this. settler first. Oh, I can't unload. Ah, that's unfortunate. I would really like to capture that. Unfortunately, the boat does not. It can't capture it with catapults. And if I move the catapults here, it'll flee back into the city. I think it just finished building a... Oh, well. Actually blocking me from unloading the tile I want to unload on. So I'm trying to think where do I want to put the second settler? Probably right here. Or actually, since I'm in caste system, I don't have to worry about... Actually, this would be a better tile to put it on. I can pop the borders easily with caste system now. And artist specialist. I don't have to worry about other stuff. But I have to clear out the Barb City first, obviously. There's like one's going here. It'd be nice if I knew what was on these tiles just to see. Scythian is very unfortunately placed. Liz sent me a text of Sydney staring at her. Yeah, I'm trying to like dot map this. I would need to defend any city placed up there. So this is definitely where the first one goes. And then... I wish I knew what was right here. I wish that the scout had been able to get around the corner, but would have died if he tried to go any further. Alright, well, let's do this. Unload these here. They can march on Scythian. The settler is pretty safe here, and I'll have vision as soon as the borders pop. Actually, I probably need to stay in cast mercantilism a couple more turns, because I want to pop the borders at this city right away. Yeah, this caravel can probably heal for this turn. Here comes more units with no all defensive units, all civilian units, excuse me. So piggyback is still starving? Alright, well we need to windmill this tile too then. Keep it from starving. So I've got the settlers, now I need to clear out the barbs that are blocking the way forward. Alright, this lonely caravel that's exploring the Southern Ocean. Alright. So these guys are here. We've got another galleon on the way, which unfortunately is like just a little bit short of being able to finish this here. This will have 2 more maces and a missionary on board. Yeah, I think this is the tile I want the next city to go on. Unless I would spot something in the fog there. Now that these guys are here, I think I can... Oh, I was like, I think I can move this unit around, but no, I don't know if I can get it through. Let's stop there for this turn. Well, the 2 workers to capture is really nice. That's going to make it easier to develop this territory. Dang it, I should have kept one of these guys on the boat, then I could have hopped off the boat and captured that unit. Oh well. So I like the suggestion to name this city Mayflower. Although I guess Plymouth would be a more appropriate choice, but... So we'll use the artist here to pop the borders. And then maybe I swap out of this once that's done. Alright, so there does not appear to be any barbs immediately threatening that spot, so... Oh, uh-oh. Whoops! Looks like the barbarians just got feudalism tech. Well, we won't be taking that city anytime soon. Crud. That's not good. Definitely gonna need more units then. Well, I was hoping to capture that city and then stop with that. Maybe stop the streaming session on the capture of that city, but it looks like we are going to need some more units. So we'll probably need to get in nationalism, draft some muskets, and bring them back here. So I guess I better start thinking about where I can land a settler. So maybe we now need to head up towards one of these fishing spots. Because it doesn't look like we're going to capture that anytime soon. And like I said, I want this spot, but all right, well, let's head in that direction. Uh-oh. Well, we'll just hop off the boat here for a turn. You might as well start heading back to the mainland then to pick up some more units. What's the fastest route? It's no faster to go the northern route than the southern route, so... Alright, we'll just send you back for more... Maybe some of these cities I can just have build units, because that's what I feel like I'm going to need. Wild Rice got a double forest chop, that's nice. Actually has a ton of production this turn. Put the overflow into the bank and finish it. There we go. At least we have the catapults, right? I wasn't anticipating that the archers suddenly becoming longbows right as I was getting there. Oh well. It happens. There's probably 7 or 8 barbed galleys circling around this island right now. Alright. And this city also had the same thing happen. Unfortunately, both of these are on hills, which makes them much more difficult to capture. Like, if they weren't on hill tiles, it would not be as bad, but longbows get that bonus for being on hills. Poor Port Spud. It needs the lighthouse to be able to grow at all. It's probably about as good as it can do right now, honestly. I wish I had a forest to chop. I mean, I guess technically I do. There's, yeah, for the time being, these workers will just clear out stuff over here. Alright, well, we're going to get nationalism. We'll be able to start Taj Mahal. Coppola's Vine can build some more military units. Some of these cities that are finishing banks can build some units. And as soon as we have nation, we can draft. I'll grab gunpowder first so I can draft muskets instead of drafting bases, because it's a more useful unit. All right, this galleon is probably going down to the bottom of the sea. I didn't realize there were quite that many barbarian galleys up here. Yeah, trading 1 for 1 is not great.
Man does not have himself killed for a halfpence a day or for a petty distinction. You must speak to the soul in order to electrify him.
Alright. Now since you've been pumping out units nonstop, why don't you take a quick break and get some of your own infrastructure done, like the observatory. That ship was already injured too. Taj Mahal, no. Yeah, I'm going to rely on the draft and not crank out a lot of units here. Alright, so now we're up to 15 culture per turn. Making progress there. Probably just do the cathedral here, why not? It's not like there's any shortage of Christian cathedrals. We can build 4 of them right now, and we'll be able to build more long term. I don't think this city, though. I've already built all the cultural stuff, so... guess a courthouse next? No, actually the courthouse is not that needed here. Well, there's nothing else critical to build here, so harbor because it's inexpensive. We're roughly keeping pace with Freddy. We should accelerate past him as we get more territory, but he's been pretty strong culturally. All right, this city. Oh yeah, I was going to use the huge overflow to get a bank here. All right, so the capital will now work on Taj. Sadly, that means we lose out on all that extra production. Let's see if this shaves a turn off. Yes, it does. All right, 11 turns. So we'll run a turn of 0% science. And then go after gunpowder. By the way, if we're going to run mercantilism, we should try to get representation. That would help a lot as well. Oh yeah, someone's going to need to pick up this settler, aren't they? Well, at least we didn't lose the settler. So they'll recall this worker in between turns, and then I can explore to see what's in that direction. All right. You know, there's a blue spot there. That's not a bad place to put the city. Scythian does not have much in the way of food, does it? Hopefully this caravel will kill at least one and maybe both of these galleys. Always more. It's like we definitely want a city here. Thing is, I didn't really see any barbarians on land up there. Load. Alright, that should be all the slots. Alright, now get over there to the island. Well, Indy hopefully won't get in any fighting. That's my hope anyway. Alright, good. Port Spud did succeed on its dice roll. Thankfully. And I'm trying to think what I should do with this guy. Maybe go off to fight more barbarian galleys. Something like that. Like this ship is doing. Oh, there's a pair of them. Can we maybe fight these guys one at a time? Like kill one, head out to heal, kill more. So many barb galleys. Gonna take a little while to get control of this island. And I think we've finally finished improving all the tiles that are in these two cities. Yeah. Now I can clear this out, but these workers mostly need to go... Probably need to transport at least some of them overseas. Like I could use some more of them on this island here. But we have finished improving this valley. All right, so just to check in, we're actually getting close to flipping these tiles now, and that's quite nice. The city, does it have any cultural stuff in it? Oh, it does have a theater now. So it did build a cultural building, which was smart. But we should be able to get control of these tiles pretty soon. And I will need to pop back into slavery shortly so I can take advantage of some whips in a couple places. But I'm gonna do that, I think, when I finish gunpowder, and then I can pop into nationhood to draft. Let's just look at the AIs. I think this is actually a good place to stop. So let's just do a comparison of where the AIs stand. So I'm up in tech on pretty much everyone other than Frederick, and even he's not ahead by much. Because, like, okay, archery, horseback riding, whatever. Yes, I'm missing those 2 techs. And then some people have gunpowder, which I'm grabbing right now. J-Man has printing press, but he's missing some other stuff. Actually, he's not missing much that I have. He's missing astronomy. I guess he's missing astronomy, philosophy, nationhood. Okay, so he is missing a fair amount that I have. Freddie is up education, constitution, so he is ahead. Yeah, he's up like 2 or 3 techs. Alex has met Sitting Bull. Well, he probably had a ship out, or Augustus has met. Yeah, he probably sent a ship out and met him. The AI will do that. I've been seeing some of their caravels around, so it's not shocking. So yeah, we're making progress in pretty good shape. If we can get Barb Island under control and kill all of the gazillion galleys, that will be a big help, because that'll be another 4 or 5 cities. It's like 1, 2, 3. Hopefully, there's a resource food bonus in here somewhere. 4. It's like 1. Just count the food bonuses then. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's at least 4 cities. Maybe founding cities with these whales, although the whales will be obsoleted relatively soon. And unfortunately, Apache has to be raised. I might end up keeping Scythian just because it's... But the spot is really awkward, though, because it can't work any water tiles. It'll depend on if there's a food bonus on this tile or not. We'll be able to figure that out next turn. So yeah, things are coming along nicely. Like I said, we will get ready to draft. We're able to get a couple more cities. So we're up to 14 cities. This would get me up to around 20 cities. Now, the cities are much lower quality than Portugal, but at the very least, I'd be able to match them on city count. And we'll see where we go from there. We'll try to get some more power. We'll be drafting pretty much we'll be doing 10-turn draft cycles pretty much nonstop for ages, which is one of the big advantages of spiritual. You can pop into nationhood for 5 turns, draft, and then pop out. Really nice. But I think this is a good place to stop because I've already been streaming for like 6 hours now. So thank you guys for watching, and I hope your weekend's off to a good start. And we will pick up this game at this spot next week. So until then, have a good one. See you guys soon. That's scary. Take care. Bye, guys.